just wanted to start off by giving a summary of what I talked about last session. And I discussed the preparation homework, the relaxing support sessions, the cues, and the introductions and seating arrangements that are involved.
Then I talked about clarifying your goals, who you are within your group, building reports and talking yourself up when you're doing or groups, and how to explore problems in depth in different ways to get the group involved, problem sharing, and self-disclosure.
Okay, and then I talked about exploring alternative solutions, which is just thinking of ways to fix a problem after you've explored it in depth, and the fact that everyone has the right to choose their own course of action. I talked about formulating a contract, which is an agreement between the facilitator and the client on how to fix the problem. And then I talked about motivational interviewing, which you can read. It's a counseling style, and it's about bringing out motivation from within the client and not motivation from anyone else. And we did a few exercises. I think everybody knows that. And Roberto is going to tell you more.
Okay, guys. So I got stages of group development, and then ending a session and ending your group. So basically, stages of group development. Garland, Jones, and Colody have a model that central focus on a group is that they want everyone to be emotionally they want everyone to be like on an emotional level to where everyone's at, so they can get the most out of their group and their session. There's 5 stages in this development. The first one is pre-affiliation. Is that first stage is basically wherever like the members like the first day and like really like maybe they like have to go there. Maybe some are trying it out, and basically everyone's in there and everyone's like really like distancing themselves away from everybody and like not really sharing anything and like kind of like on their toes. So what the facilitators need to do is like they need to be aware of all these stages so they can work through them and so they can better help out the group. So what a facilitator would do for maybe this first stage is probably like an icebreaker like we usually do, that just to calm their nerves, the people that just got the name or whatever. The second stage is parent control. It's when people start like people in the group start like maybe trying to take control or like speaking out a little more because so they can get like maybe a little bit more attention from the facilitator and a little bit more reward for what they're given in that group. And this is the highest dropout rate at this stage is because it's like either they're gonna like it or they don't, and if they don't, then they just quit leaving. And okay, so that was the second stage. Intimacy is the third stage. The group starts becoming more like family. Like they start getting closer, they start sharing a little bit more. They start helping other members, and they start giving them like some different options that they can start using for like whatever help they need. The fourth stage is differentiation. So this is all developing differentiation is like where the members are really like opening themselves up and like giving like deep thoughts and like really letting them know what they think about everything. It's just everyone's just like really free now. Like it's not like the first stage really felt. And the separation is the fifth stage. It's like whenever that's the final stage. So it's whenever the group feels like they've achieved something, they've got something out of the group, like they're ready to move on and like face this like by themselves and not have the group. Um, the termination is like bittersweet. So like they've gotten so close and everything, shared so much like intimate things with other people, like they become family. So like whenever they're like ending in the stage, like they want to go, but then again, like they enjoyed this like so much time with this group that they want to continue doing. So that's much I got as the stages, and then so it goes on to ending a session. So I mean, it's pretty much, I mean, it's pretty simple stuff. Ending, it just spoke about like different things that the facilitator might like want to pay attention to, and like some options that he has that would better help the group as an ending session. The first one says like don't leave a discussion open. So if anyone has a question, don't leave it hanging. You know, you might as well like answer it there, so you didn't leave the group and like wondering the whole time. It said that at the beginning of the session, he should probably set a time and tell them like what time the actual session was gonna end, so it doesn't stop the session abruptly and then have like the members feel like they're getting kicked out of the group or anything like that. He says that at the end of the session that it's good to summarize what they've gone through and like what they've achieved throughout the session, like what they got out of it. It's good to finish at the end of the session. They said it's good to finish it with a relaxing exercise, so that they have like better vibes throughout the day, and they come back and they want to come back and then attack another task or whatever. And then at last it says leave enough time, you know, for like questions, and so they can be answered. So again, like the members don't feel rushed, and like they're getting kicked out, and then they might have a question or a thought that they might have pending. That's it for the ending a session, and then ending a group. They said this is by far like one of the hardest things, because for the facilitator anyways, because I think this is like where it's like a make it or break it. It's like it could either like all of the work that we've gone through throughout the whole group, like you can either take it, or like by the way you end it, all that hard work might have been done for nothing. At the end of the group, they might reveal their most sensitive feelings, because like the group's ending, so they don't want to leave like this pending feeling that if they don't say this, like they'll have this whole this feeling that they have pending, and if they leave the group, then they won't ever have their answer. They have different emotions, so it's bittersweet. So like some don't want to leave, but then some want to get it over with and like quit going. And then it's difficult for the facilitator, because he has to really like figure out like whether if the person in the group is really ready to really achieve what the reason why they're coming to the group. So in that sense, he might, if they liked it, then he will probably tell them about a different group that he could go to, another one that he might need for a different subject, or if the facilitator doesn't think that he achieved from what this group was trying to do, then he'll probably send them to a different group, maybe with a different facilitator, and he might be able to help. And at the end of groups, they usually have a group discussion. So basically, like the homework I gave y'all, they do those. So so the group can express like what they got out of it, like if they've achieved what like the group was set on, like what they can change, like what the facilitator can do. It also helps the facilitator get feedback from his group and what he can improve on for the next group that he has, so he can better so he can help them out better. So do y'all have that homework? Did y'all bring that? That's pretty much all I have for that one.
Okay, so if you guys have your outlines, you pull it out. Does everyone have one?
I didn't bring it.
Okay, so in my part, I have several different sections to the end of the chapter. So the first section is co-facilitated treatment groups. It's basically when two people are leaders in a group instead of one. There are not many groups that have resources to do two leaders, but most of them only do one, but some can't afford it. Just FYI, a lot of college students like do interns as a co-facilitator, like in groups like with their major or whatever like field of area they're in. So a couple of things that are advantages to having two people as leaders is group benefits from different life experiences, insights, and perspectives. So just like any other group, if you have two people going through two different things, then you can get two sides to everything. So if me and Jordan are co-facilitating a group, and if she's been through the experience and I haven't, then she might give you experience side point of view, and I might give you a professional point of view. Provide valuable feedback to each other discussing group sessions. So they both can give one another help, or they can discuss like what's going on in the group or what that person can do to do this better, or what the group likes. Like one person might not see the same thing that the other person sees, basically. So the next part is serve as a model, how they're able to relate, respect, and communicate with one another. And then the fourth part is gender role issues can be confronted, explored, or resolved. So if your brother and I are co-facilitating a group, then you might get a man's perspective, and I can give you a woman's perspective on any given situation that you have. Sometimes a female can take the place of a male in a certain situation. So maybe you need a male point of view. So if you have two different genders, then that can also help. So a disadvantage to two leaders, it reads here, the facilitators fail to develop and maintain an effective working relationship with one another. Two facilitators are likely to have some differences in leadership style and might not always agree or share the same perceptions and interpretations. Power struggles between two compatible co-facilitators may divide the group. So we can always tell when there's some tension between two people in especially a small area like now. If there is tension between me and Professor View, that you guys will be able to notice it. So it's also good if you're gonna work with someone else to know that you have to respect that person. And you might have different styles, but you have to agree on the same things. So the next section is legal safeguards for group facilitators. I'm not going to cover this section a lot because basically it's just to avoid a suit or to provide a defense in a lawsuit, or if you ever get in that situation. So basically, this part is just different things of obtaining a parental consent when working with minors. Screening candidates for a group experience because all people might not be effective for a group, and inform people about the group process. So it's like a list of things, and you can read that on page 400 to understand how to relate or how to translate these things into a group, or what exactly it's talking about. Okay, so the next section is setting professional boundaries with clients. And I think this is very important because you have to know your boundaries when you're especially a social worker and then you have clients. So here's a list of things. And also in the book, it gives the Canadian Association of Social Work Code of Ethics on page 401. And it actually gives like the statement, so I encourage you guys to read that. But here's just a list of things that they said that may be useful in resolving some boundaries. The first one is, in your professional and personal life, try to be a role model for the values and principles of the social work profession. In relationship with clients, try to gain their respect and sympathy, the values and principles of the social work profession. Never try to meet your personal needs or wants in relationships with clients. Try to increase your awareness of your needs, feelings, values, and limitations so you become increasingly aware of how such factors may impact client relationships. When questions arise, the appropriateness of certain interactions with a client, try to arrive at an answer by gauging whether the interaction will have a constructive impact on the client and your relationship. Constructive professional relationships with clients require a certain amount of distance. In your professional social work or your social work role with clients, be aware of any inappropriate behavior, inappropriate verbal communications, and inappropriate clothing on your part. So basically, that is just helping you to know like what lines not to cross and how to just stay away from those lines without even getting close. So I have a question. Have anyone ever like worked in some type of social work area, field, or where you're dealing with clients? No? Okay, so I'll just ask a general question. Do you guys think that it's appropriate for a social worker to ask a client for a hug? Like, what do you think? Do you think?
Well, I know working at the shelter, we do kind of side though. There's a cake. We do like a side.
So what if it's an adult?
It's an adult hobby.
What do you guys think?
I think
It'd be kind of awkward.
I don't think it's. I mean, I definitely you would have to be like discern the situation, but I don't think it's always inappropriate to give people a hug, especially like if they're going through like a really hard time. Sometimes what they need is a hug.
Okay, so I have another question. Are there any situations where, for a social worker to go to lunch or dinner with a client? So do you think it's okay to meet up with the client for lunch or dinner? So basically it's saying depending on what they're meeting for. Anyone else?
Does it depend on like so social work in like a different setting? Like, what if the social worker was in a church, and would that be a different type of thing where like you could go out with?
I guess it
clients,
depends if
or-
you're engaging in social work behavior or, like you said, like therapeutic behavior, then it's okay. But to just blatantly just go out to lunch, then right now
Yes.
so,
Good point.
yeah. Okay, so return to page. I have some factors here, and well, we don't have a slideshow, so I was gonna give you guys that, but since we don't, I just typed it out for you guys, and then where you can have it and not have to look it up for yourself. So if you can take one and pass it around. It should be 2 sheets, just so you know to grab 2. And these are just 12 factors that facilitate positive change in group therapy. So basically, this is just like individuals, like taking their role and being positive within the group, which makes the group positive. Or it could be the group is not going good and it's pretty negative, so people try to practice these 12 factors, and then the group will turn over eventually. It might not happen the next day or such, but eventually it will happen. And so you guys just look over that. I just thought I'd give you guys that. Then the last part is selecting individual strategies, which is EVP, and you guys can keep this. It's just something for you to have. It might be on the test or something. So the last thing is I didn't cover this part very much, but I do encourage you to read it. I didn't put the page number because I totally forgot, but it is the very last part of chapter 12. And it's selecting individual strategies, evidence-based practice. And so basically that is the use of the best available scientific knowledge derived from randomized controlled outcome studies and meta-analysis of existing outcome studies as one basis for guiding professional interventions and effective therapies combined with professional ethical standards, clinical judgment, and practice wisdom. So you guys can read more about that. It's just in the intervention strategy. Okay, so that is it. And then now we're going to, of course, do an activity. And it causes you guys to stand up and do the activity.
Oh, no. That was really bad. Oh, no, that's
Okay, so while they're setting up, we're going to explain this activity. So the objective is there's going to be a bucket. It's going to be placed in the middle of the floor. So this is the treatment groups, and we're all being positive and trying to help one another to understand that sometimes you don't have to do things on your own. Sometimes you may need like a little help to like direct you and guide you. You might be blind to something that someone else sees. So saying that, how many groups do you guys want?
2 teams of 4.
2 teams of 4. So yeah. So this is how it's gonna go. Just line up in a straight line, like behind one another. So everyone's gonna be blindfolded. Well, except one person. So the first 3 are gonna be blindfolded. The last person is gonna be the one that's gonna be able to see. So you can pick and choose who you want to be last. I'll give you that option. The objective is okay. First 3.
Y'all can step out.
Oh yeah, before you put them on, y'all put them on here.
Yeah, just put them on.
Where's the fourth person go?
It's
Yeah.
Yeah, the one in the back is the.
Alright, just get out of the chair. Yeah, y'all gotta be out of
Put
here.
it on there. You guys can't see.
right here.
And then the second group, come back in.
Here.
Alright, guys. top of the front person's shoulders. Yeah, you have to do the back. Yeah, she has to do the back. Okay, so basically what you're gonna do is you're staying attached the whole time. And the person that's the very back that is on the platform is giving out directions, but you can't use like the voice command. It all has to be like a sign or something. Or like something like that. Yeah. But so yeah, you can do that. And so nobody can talk after this. And it has to be like the sound has to go through everybody. So you can see it. The objective is you're trying to gather the office and then take it back to whoever is
Is that what we're waiting on?
We're waiting on more. She went to the restroom, I guess. We need her to come on.
We're gonna run out of time.
Go ahead. Just do
We're
it.
okay. It's 11:55. Okay.
One of you could take it first.
Okay. Okay, we need to go ahead and start
Hey, and once y'all get an object, the person in the front has to go to the very back, and the person, and then y'all just go like that. And then you have to get your bicycle. They're ready. All right, go. Y'all can't be talking. Now you gotta switch. You gotta switch. With the person in the back. You gotta, so the person, you get your bicycle tonight. Hold up, let me get the red one though.
Okay. I want these.
We're done.
Yeah.